The morning sun had just begun to slide through the cracks of the old curtains when Emily Parker stood in her kitchen, stirring oatmeal for her 6-year-old twins, Liam and Lily. Her home was always alive with their laughter, a sound that was both chaotic and precious, the kind that made every sleepless night worthwhile. Ever since her husband, Daniel, passed away 2 years ago in a car accident, Emily had tried to fill every corner of the house with warmth. She told herself that her children would never grow up feeling the emptiness she sometimes felt deep inside. But lately, something had been strange. Every morning, as Emily peeked through the slightly open door of the twins' room, she saw the same thing. Liam and Lily sitting side by side on their tiny bed, their foreheads pressed together, whispering words she couldn't quite hear. Then, before leaving for school, they would gently kiss each other's cheek, sometimes lips, and hold hands tightly until they reached the gate. At first, Emily thought it was adorable. Twins were often close, she reminded herself. But as days passed, she noticed that they did it every single day. And it wasn't a quick goodbye gesture, it was long, deliberate, filled with something that looked emotional. A mother's instinct told her there was more behind it. That night, after putting them to bed, Emily sat quietly in the living room, staring at a photograph of Daniel holding the twins as newborns. "What would you do?" she whispered to his smiling face. The ache of loss felt fresh again, like the first day she had to explain to 2 toddlers that Daddy was now in heaven. When she finally walked into their room, both kids were fast asleep. Lily's tiny hand rested over Liam's chest protectively, and Liam's face, pale and unusually tired, was turned toward her. Emily brushed his hair back and froze. His skin felt warmer than usual. The next morning, she decided to observe them closely. She stood behind the slightly open door and watched. Lily woke up first, her golden curls messy, her small face still heavy with sleep. She leaned over to her brother and whispered, "Time for your good medicine, Liam." Then she kissed his forehead gently. Liam smiled weakly. "Thank you, Lily Bug," he murmured. Emily's heart pounded. Medicine. When they left for school, Emily went straight to their room. She searched around and found a small box under Liam's pillow. Inside were scribbled notes in crayon, Lily's promise, to make Liam smile every morning. Beneath the notes was a small bag of candy hearts and a worn hospital wristband with Liam's name on it. The date on it made her breath catch, just 6 months ago. That afternoon, Emily drove straight to the pediatrician's office. "Dr. Rosen," she said urgently, "I need to know why Liam had a hospital wristband from March. I never authorized any visit." The doctor sighed softly, removing his glasses. "Mrs. Parker, I've been meaning to call you. We did some tests during his last checkup. Liam's blood results showed signs of leukemia. We wanted to confirm before alarming you, but he insisted we keep it quiet until he told you himself." Emily felt her knees weaken. He knew. "Yes, drive," Rosen said gently. "He didn't want to worry you. He told us his sister was helping him feel brave." Emily's drive home was a blur of tears. When she reached the house, she sat in the driveway for what felt like hours, replaying every little moment, his tired eyes, his slower steps, his quiet courage. That evening, when she tucked them in, she asked softly, "Liam, sweetheart, are you feeling okay lately?" Liam hesitated, then looked at Lily. She nodded, her eyes shimmering with the weight of a secret she had carried far too long. "Mommy," Liam whispered, "I didn't want you to be sad again. After Daddy went to heaven, you cried a lot. So I told Lily we'd make sure you always saw smiles in the morning." Tears rolled down Emily's face. "Honey, you can tell me anything." "I know," he said, his little voice steady. "But Lily says love makes people stronger. So she gives me her love every day, through kisses. And it helps." Lily squeezed his hand. "It's our magic medicine." From that day, Emily's life changed. The weight of knowing her son's illness crushed her heart, but she refused to let fear define their days. She poured her energy into creating moments that mattered, family picnics under the oak tree, late-night story sessions, pancake breakfasts shaped like hearts. Liam's treatments began quietly. Lily attended every hospital visit, clutching her brother's hand and humming lullabies. Nurses often said they had never seen siblings so close, like one soul split in two, one of them remarked. Even on his worst days, when chemotherapy made him too weak to walk, Liam smiled whenever Lily kissed his forehead. "See, Mommy," he'd whisper, "it still works. Dash dash dash." But as months passed, his body grew frailer. One cold December night, Emily found Lily sitting by his bed, her eyes swollen. "He's sleeping too much," she whispered. Emily sat beside her son and took his small hand. His pulse was faint, his breath shallow. "Mommy," he murmured without opening his eyes, "did I make you proud?" Her voice cracked. "More than anything in this world, baby." He smiled faintly. "Then I can rest." Lily bent forward and pressed her lips on his cheek, one last kiss. "I love you, Liam. Always." He exhaled softly, and the room went quiet. Dash dash dash. The weeks that followed were a blur of grief and numbness. The house felt unbearably silent. Every corner reminded Emily of him. The toy cars, the half-drawn superhero sketches, the empty chair at breakfast. Lily stopped talking for days. Then one morning, Emily woke to find her daughter standing by the window, holding a paper heart. "Mommy," she said softly, "Liam came in my dream. He said his kisses never stop working. He said whenever I kiss you, it reaches him too." Emily pulled her close, trembling. From that morning onward, Lily kissed her mother's cheek every day before school, the same way she had kissed her brother. Dash dash dash. Years passed. Lily grew into a compassionate young woman, her kindness shining through everything she did. Inspired by her brother's courage, she started volunteering at children's hospitals, reading stories and giving small handmade paper hearts to every child she met. She called them Liam Hearts. Each one carried a simple message: love makes people stronger. One day, while helping a frail boy with cancer at the hospital, she noticed his mother crying quietly in the corner. Lily walked over and handed her a heart. "My brother used to say this works better than medicine sometimes." The woman smiled through her tears and hugged her. That single moment sparked something bigger. Local newspapers began sharing the story of the girl with the Liam Hearts. Soon, letters poured in from across the country, families thanking her for the comfort her small acts of kindness brought. Dash dash dash. 15 years later, Emily, now older but still radiant, stood backstage at a large auditorium in New York City. The sign above read, "The Liam Foundation Annual Gala, spreading hope to every child." Lily, now a pediatric oncologist, was being honored for her work in children's cancer research. As she walked onto the stage in a simple blue dress, Emily felt her heart swell. When Lily took the microphone, her voice trembled. "When I was 6, I used to believe kisses could heal. My twin brother Liam taught me that. Love is the strongest medicine of all. He's the reason I stand here today." The audience grew silent, a silence filled with emotion, reverence, and admiration. She continued, "Some people say love can't change the world. But I've seen it. One small act of compassion can ripple through time, through generations, touching hearts you'll never even meet. My brother taught me that kindness doesn't end when someone leaves, it multiplies." Emily could hardly breathe through her tears. The applause thundered through the hall. Dash dash dash. After the ceremony, a little boy in a wheelchair rolled up to Lily. He held out a crumpled paper heart. "Dr. Parker," he said shyly, "this one's for you. My mom said your Liam Hearts helped her believe again." Lily knelt, her eyes shimmering. "Thank you," she whispered. "He'd be so proud of you." As the boy rolled away, Emily joined her daughter on the stage. She reached out and held her hand tightly. "Your brother's still here, you know," Emily said softly. "Every heart you give away, every life you touch, that's him." Lily smiled, gazing up at the ceiling as if searching for a familiar presence. "I know, Mom. He still sends his kisses through us." Dash dash dash. That night, back home, Emily stood by the same window where Liam once watched stars. The house felt alive again, filled with framed photographs, laughter, and letters from families around the world. On the nightstand sat the old wooden box she'd found years ago. She opened it gently. Inside was the hospital wristband, the crayon notes, and a faded candy heart. She placed a new letter inside, written in her trembling but peaceful hand. "Greater than, dear Liam. Your magic worked. Your love healed us in ways doctors never could. Every heart your sister gives carries a piece of you, and through her, you keep saving lives. Love never dies, sweetheart. It just changes form. Mom. Dash dash dash." Outside, the wind carried the sound of children laughing from the nearby park, a sound that reminded Emily of her own past, of mornings filled with oatmeal and sunlight and innocent kisses. She closed her eyes, and for the briefest moment, she could almost hear Liam's voice whispering, "See, Mommy. It still works." Tears welled in her eyes, not of sadness this time, but of overwhelming gratitude. Love had outlived death. Kindness had turned grief into hope. And through one mother's discovery, through one little boy's courage, countless lives had found light again. Final message. Sometimes, the smallest gestures, a kiss, a hug, a paper heart, hold the power to heal what medicine cannot. Love, when shared selflessly, doesn't end, it echoes through time, reminding us that humanity's truest strength lies not in what we possess, but in what we give.